אפשר לעשות שלא נהיה מנודים?
כן.
מערך הסברה הרבה יותר טוב.
כן.
מערך הסברה הרבה יותר טוב.
אוקיי.
להסביר, להראות שאנחנו לא באמת מי שמציגים שאנחנו,
כמו, תן דוגמה.
כמו עכשיו אומרים שאנחנו עושים רצח עם ושאנחנו אנשים רעים והכל, וכנראה זה בגלל ההסברה, לא נכונה שם.
אוקיי.
אנחנו רוצים תינוקות והכל, ובסוף אנחנו מצילים את התינוקות שלהם, אנחנו מצילים את הכלבים שלהם ששם בעזה, אנחנו אפשר לעשות כאילו...
אבל יש ילדים שנהרגים כרגע בעזה.
כן, נהרגים כשהם עם חגורות נפץ באים לחיילים שלנו, או כשהם באש צולבת, או כל מיני דברים כאלה שהם ברירה. אפשר לעשות שלא נהיה מנודים?
כן.
מערך הסברה הרבה יותר טוב.
כן.
מערך הסברה הרבה יותר טוב.
אוקיי.
How's it going, everybody? Just a...
I do business. Business, yeah. Spell business. Wait. B-I-S-S-I-N-S. Business. Bro, am I tripping? A little bit, yeah. Next question is, what is the sum of 45 and 55? You add it together, innit? 95, no, 94. 94, yeah, 94.
Yeah, 94.
That's 94.
It's like our damn schools over here. Gibson! Underground Railroad, Tyrone.
Maths? Yeah, I pass.
And what's your morning routine like?
I wake up, go toilet, piss, brush my teeth, and then go back into bed, and then wake up again. No, because I wake up late, innit? So I don't really sleep at night.
Oh, okay. Why do you, like, go back to sleep, though?
I don't know.
What you be doing at night that you need
Tyrone's
to
birthday?
sleep again?
I actually don't know, man. I'm jobless.
This is Tyrone's birthday. How long it takes companies to make $1 million?
10 minutes. Netflix. 1 hour and 37 minutes. Apple. 5 minutes. Samsung. 2 minutes and 29 seconds. Tesla. 1 minute and 55 seconds.
They said your
Meta.
birthday's a day, man. I was finna sing.
9 seconds. Microsoft. 1 minute. Google. 1 minute.
It takes them a minute to make $1 million.
Walmart. Every 48 seconds. Amazon. 50 for seconds.
That's crazy.
I'm not moving.
Where there is risk, there must be choice. The Academy of Pediatrics is trying to enforce a nationwide ban on vaccine exemptions. This is not okay. RFK, where are you?
Because I stung today and I am pain. But this is not okay news that I need to let everybody know. The American Academy of Pediatrics is trying to do a nationwide ban on vaccine exemptions. Personal exemptions and religious exemptions. They are trying to do a nationwide ban.
Well, I hate it for them. I ain't taking that shit.
There was a rush to establish it for 1914.
The year the First World War started.
Exactly.
Destroyed Europe. Yeah.
And again, it was done with subterfuge. I mean, you know, they're gathering everyone.
Yes.
On the 23rd of December 1913, when nobody
Fake
was there.
profile.
And then also introducing income tax. That's also at the Bank of England. It was established together in the same act, calling for establishing new taxes. Why? Because when you have these central banks, privately owned central banks established, it's basically this trick where these entrepreneurs persuade the government, oh, you don't want to make, you don't want to issue money. Issuing money, we'll issue money for you. What? That's what they're essentially saying without being so direct about it. But that's what they want to persuade governments to give up the power to create money themselves. We'll do it for you, and we'll lend you the money. And henceforth, well, how do we get our money back? Well, we love to lend to the government because you can raise taxes. And that's why taxes were introduced. The federal income tax didn't exist before the creation of the Fed. It's also created in 1914.
You couldn't have one without the other.
Well, whenever a central bank is created, they introduce new taxes, one way or another. Yes.
And the central bank of the United States, the Fed, was created right before the war. I mean,
yes,
right before the war,
exactly.
2 months before the war. What was the role of the central banks during
Now
that
hit the
war?
thumbs up over there if you don't mind, please, and thank you.
Yeah, well, it was really at the pinnacle of the war economy.
Please
There's
and
no
thank
doubt about that. It's very clear, and the same is true, of course, for the other side. And now, from 1917, the U.S. and Germany were at war, which is very sad. A lot of Americans are of German descent, and Germans didn't really want to be at war with Germany, but that's what happened. So we've got these two countries at war, sad, the soldiers dying in the trenches, and their economies organized as war economies. At the pinnacle of the war economies are the central banks. So who were the key players in the German central bank, the Reichsbank, which was 100% privately owned? Was somebody called Max Warburg, or Max Warburg, you might say in English, and who was at the pinnacle, in fact was a founder of the Federal Reserve, and who was the key person there? It was somebody called Paul Warburg, his brother. But of course the soldiers have to kill each other, and these two countries are at war.
Wait. The head of the German central bank and the head of the American central bank were run by brothers during a war between the U.S. and Germany?
Yes, now I have to qualify. They weren't the formal governors, but they were the key people.
Did anyone notice this?
Well, some people did. I mean,
probably encouraged.
I mean, with Paul Warburg, it was obvious because until 1911 he was a German citizen. He'd only just come over for that purpose to set up the Fed, and he was speaking, I mean, half German basically when he spoke English. So, you know, it wasn't. I mean, if you were looking for some details, you'd quickly find this.
How did the brothers do during the war? Were they destroyed? Were their fortunes taken away?
Oh no. Of course, Max Warburg stayed in power at the Reichsbank. He was the one who signed off on Hitler's proposed head of the central bank, even in the 1930s. It was also Max Warburg still.
They were those. I can't believe brothers were at
Absolutely. Yeah.
those banks.
Yes, and of course I don't want to just pinpoint the Warburg family, but I mean there's other families, and there's many families. There's JP.
You should have went along with it. You could have got 2 birthday songs sung to you. This fucking bitch right here.
Social media and journalism, and the role it plays in this incident. And yes, guys, that's you.
It's where them black people were up there beating on white people, the hate crimes going on. We all seen it.
That is you.
This right here is your problem with your police departments. You shouldn't have a woman running it.
Social media, the posts that we've
She should be in there making coffee and answering the phone. That's what she should be doing.
seen does not depict the entire incident. That is one version of what occurred. At times, social media and mainstream media and their commentaries are misrepresentation of the circumstances surrounding any given event. What that does, that causes us some difficulties in thoroughly investigating the activity and enforcing the law. Because what happens, that social media post and your coverage of it distorts the content of what actually happened.
What I seen was some white people getting beat on by black folks. That's what I seen. I don't know, what did you see? Sioux City chief alleging bias against white lieutenants. And she likes to promote women too. So it's all sexist. Who gives a shit about Ice Cube?
You can.
Shit, okay. 3 minutes?
Yeah.
I was riding shotgun with my hair undone in the front seat of his car, singing, life is one big party when you're still young, but who's gonna have your back when it's sex or I can't tell you what it really is. I can only tell you what it feels like. And right now it's a steel night, and my windpipe buckle makes impressions on the inside of her thigh. Yeah, my baby don't mess around because you love me so, and this I know for sure. Never made it as a wise man. Couldn't cut it as a poor. If I could find you now, things would get better. I get knocked down, but I get up again, and they're never gonna keep me down. Cause I'ma tell you, like who told me, cash rules everything around me. It's a great day to be alive, and all the sun's still shining when I close my eyes. Checking to the left, everything you want in a box to the left. You find smiling off by the morning. You be the pretty and I'll be the funny. Had a barbecue stain on my white t-shirt. She was killing me in that mini skirt, yeah. Well, I'm in love with the shape of you. You push and pull like a magnet, I promise. She's so self-conscious. Got no idea what she's doing in college. We're going down, down, baby. Your street in a rave, her street sweeper, baby. Cock ready to let it go. My life is brilliant. My love is pure. Hey, soul sister. Ain't that Mr. on the... Every morning there's a halo hanging from the corner of my girlfriend's four-post bed. Oh, baby, you got what I need. And you say he's just a friend. And you say he's just a friend. When I was a young boy, my father took me into the city to see a march.
It's all had the same beat. What the hell's going on? Robbie Downtown Brown's in the house. How you doing there, Robbie? What's going on, man? Y'all need to go check out that video I did over there when I was out there riding that Bobcat, putting that radiator in.
And
Newly appointed trumpet man, official working at the U.S. FDA once said he stabbed a Trump voodoo doll to curse Trump for the COVID pandemic. Another massive vetting failure.
I love you. You're the man. I think moonwalk. Michael Jackson.
The water light. That's how they power their houses in third world countries.
Colombian renewable energy startup Edina. It's a revolutionary lantern that generates light and power by using one of the most precious natural resources on Earth, the sea. Using just 2 cups of salt water, this beautiful lantern can create clean and renewable energy for up to 45 days. Waterlight is life-changing for communities who live in remote, off-grid areas without access to reliable electricity. Additionally, Waterlight is eco-friendly, being 100% recyclable and waterproof, so it's durable and sustainable regardless of where it ends up. The Waterlight also has sacred ancestral ties. The design is inspired by the Colombian Wayu community and their ancestral connection with the sea. This indigenous community lives on the remote La Guaira Peninsula that spans the border of Colombia and Venezuela. This access to electricity fosters economic growth and improves their quality of life. Before, the fishermen were unable to fish at night. Children had to do their homework by candlelight, which was hazardous. Artisans were unable to fill their orders, and cell phones couldn't be charged. Now all of that has changed. So how does salt water generate electricity? This incredible lantern utilizes the ionization of an electrolyte composed of salt water, which converts the magnesium inside of the lantern. More specifically, it has a specifically designed electronic circuit that manages to extend the transfer of these ions from a saline medium to convert them into convenient and instantaneous energy. The electrodes of the salt bridge enable the draining of energy from the salt water, an already established process, but with the electronic circuit.
Oh, that's bright as
this
hell.
Small yet mighty circuit makes it
You can sew by that light.
possible to extract around 500 watts for each
Read a
liter of
book.
water.
Here we go.
Waterlight's
You can't just let them all in, man. They're going to destroy everything. And you see this throughout history. You see it. They feel like they got a right to be as black as they want to be, wherever they go, no regards to anybody around them. If you don't like me twerking and, holding my little pew-pew on me, then you the problem. In reality, they're the problem. Like, I'm just keeping it 1,000. Black folks, don't look
They
at
know what the
videos. problem
problem is. They know that the damn problem. That's why when they get money, they move out of the damn out of the damn neighborhoods.
Look at some of the
They don't want to live
trash
around them no
around
more than we do.
in these-
That's right. I said it.
Look at the way they was acting. I saw one.
You can
black-
tell your damn neighborhood's finna start running down when you got people making foot trails down the side of the road. Your neighborhood's going to shit.
In a wild ass in the sand, not a worry in a world of cold beer in my hand. Life is good today.
Okay, really trying to tell us all about Israel. Which, before I go any further, let me just say this is for educational purposes only. Now, before I go any further, okay, this is the most important part of this article that anybody needs to read. Kennedy tried to stop the Israeli nuclear weapons program. This issue was kept so secret that crucial documents and letters have only been released in recent years. And as we should all know, Kennedy was a strong advocate for stopping nuclear proliferation, especially after the 1962 Cuban Missile Crisis. He realized how easy it would be to intentionally or accidentally trigger a catastrophic nuclear war, something that Israel has recently been threatening Iran with. It really makes you wonder why the U.S. is supplying Israel with billions of more dollars. Well, as you can see here, Kennedy's policies challenge and oppose the military and political ambitions of Zionist Israel. At the time, Israel had only existed for 13 years, okay? Well, as you can see right here, it was still evolving and the course was not totally set. There was a significant international resolve to find a compromise solution regarding Palestinian refugees from the 1948 Nakba. And as you can see, when Israel attacked Egypt, right, they seized the Sinai Peninsula in 1956. The Eisenhower administration demanded Israel withdraw from the captured territory, and they complied. This article describes it perfectly. At this time in the early 1960s, prominent Jewish voices criticized the racism and discrimination of the Israeli government. Israelis like Martin Buber sailed Ben Gurion and noted that at the inception of the state, complete equality with the Jewish citizens was promised to the Arab population. This might give you a little insight as to what's happening in Palestine as well. Many influential Israelis realized their long-term security and well-being depended on finding a just settlement with the indigenous Palestinian population. And in the United States, the Jewish community was divided and many were anti-Zionist. Sounds pretty familiar, right? The American Council for Judaism was influential and anti-nationalist. As you can see, the supposed racist and militaristic character of Israel was not yet set in stone, nor was American Jewish support for Israel. When Menachem Begin, this is an important character, okay, came to the United States in 1948, he was denounced by prominent Jewish leaders, including Albert Einstein. They said Begin, who later became Israeli prime minister, was a terrorist, in quotations, who preached an admixture of ultranationalism, religious mysticism, and racial superiority. This is the most important part of this entire series of information, okay? There are 4 key areas where the Kennedy policy was substantially different than what followed after his death. And that starts with Kennedy not being biased in favor of Israel. As you can see, the Kennedy administration sought good relations with both Israel and the Arab nations. Kennedy aimed to extend U.S. influence throughout the Middle East, including with nations friendly with the Soviet Union and at odds with NATO partners. And JFK personally supported Arab and African nationalism. But check this out, right? As a senator in 1957, he criticized the Eisenhower administration for supporting and sending weapons to France in their war against the Algerian independence movement. And as we all might remember, in a 9,000-word presentation to the Senate Foreign Relations Committee, he criticized Western imperialism and called for the U.S. to support Algerian independence. Algerian President Ben Bella, who France had tried to assassinate and considered far too radical by many in NATO, was given a huge and impressive welcome to the White House. That was a big problem, because Kennedy changed the previous frosty relations with the United Arab Republic, Egypt and Syria, and for the first time the U.S. approved loans to them. Kennedy wrote respectful letters to the Arab presidents before he welcomed Israeli Prime Minister Ben Gurion to Washington. The Arab leaders could see the difference and responded with appreciation, though. Those who claim there was no difference with Kennedy ignore the fact that Egypt's Nasir, Algeria's Ben Bella, and other nationalist leaders saw a big difference. Now, in 1960, when Kennedy was campaigning for the presidency, okay, with an individual by his side by the name of Pazar, he spoke at the Zionists of America convention. But wait, we'll come back to this. Pazar returned to Washington in 1960 to become a member of John Kennedy's Economic and Foreign Policy Task Force. But he was also an advisor to the State Department, the Senate, and House committees. But get this, right? Pazar was the longtime lawyer and confidant of Robert Maxwell himself, aka Ghislaine Maxwell's father. Yes, the same exact one that was associated with Jeffrey Epstein. But get this, Pazar was possibly the last person supposedly to speak to Maxwell before he apparently fell to his death from his luxury yacht. And can you guess who Pazar's stepson is? I'm sure that's not ironic, right? Blinken was previously National Security Advisor to Joe Biden when he was Vice President to Barack Obama from 2009 to 2013. But get this, at the convention, JFK made remarks about Israel, but also expressed the need for friendship with all of the people in the Middle East, including Palestinians. saying that the U.S. should act promptly and decisively against any nation in the Middle East which attacks its neighbor, and that the Middle East needs water, not war, tractors, not tanks, and bread, not bombs. Kennedy frankly told the Zionists it cannot believe that Israel has any real desire to remain indefinitely a garrison state surrounded by fear and hate. And by maintaining objectivity and neutrality on the Israeli-Arab conflict, Kennedy wanted to steer the Zionists away from the racist, militaristic, and ultra-nationalistic impulses which have led to where we are today. Kennedy wanted the Zionist lobby to follow the rules, people. This is where it gets serious, okay? The second difference in Kennedy's policy is regarding Zionist lobbying on behalf of Israel, something that they might still have yet to do. Under FARA, okay, organizations that promote or lobby on behalf of a foreign government are required to register and account for their finances and activities. So you tell me what you see here from this list of U.S. senators that received money from pro-Israel from 1990 to 2024. Who is that in first place? Coincidentally, that amount just went up as of yesterday. And look who's ironically in third place, right? You tell me where those finances are going. Because it doesn't just go one way, right? Oh, no, sir, it doesn't. As you can see, Mitch McConnell himself is on this list. He's a Republican, as we all know. Charles Schumer, Democrat. John McCain, Republican. Ted Cruz, Republican. Carl Levin. I mean, this list goes on, people. Including to your House representatives and senators themselves.
Hydrated.
So you tell me who's really in control. And you tell me from reading this part of this article why they really want to ban TikTok. In 1939, Kennedy himself spent 2 weeks in Palestine. In a lengthy letter to his father, he described the situation and difficulties. He wrote, the sympathy of the people on the spot seems to be with the Arabs. This is not only because the Jews have had at least some of their leaders an unfortunately arrogant, uncompromising attitude, but they feel that after all, the country has been Arabic for the last few hundred years, and that it was hardly Britain's to give. Now let's keep in mind, Rishi Sunak, aka Britain's Prime Minister, just recently had a very secretive meeting with Barack Obama himself, and nobody seemed to be questioning anything about it. On November 21st, 1963, the day before Kennedy's assassination, people. As you can see, the New York Times had two different stories which exemplified the discord between Washington and Tel Aviv, with a report from the United Nations being titled Israel Dissents.
How did you check your temperature there, Robbie? How do you know you was over 104 for too long? Did somebody stick a thermometer up your butthole? How hot is it? Let me get this thermometer out right quick. Bend over.
As UN group backs U.S. on Arab refugees. It begins a United States resolution calling for continued efforts to resolve the predicament of the Palestinian Arab refugees.
125 in the mail truck. Y'all don't got ACs in them trucks, man?
3-1. With Israel themselves casting the single negative vote, people. With the second New York story being titled The U.S. Stand Angers Israel. As you can see here, I'm pretty sure it's obvious what JFK was trying to tell us.
Anal. That's how he got it. Checking his temperature anally. That's the best way to check it. You know, you get a better reading like it if you put something up in there. Sherry!
Listen, you don't need me to read it out for you. A year before Kennedy died, intelligence indicated that Israel might be trying to build a nuclear weapon at Dimona in 1962. And Kennedy was determined.
Yeah, them things need some damn ACs in them, man.
Determined to find out if this was true, and if so, to stop it. And
what about the male men that do walking? That don't even have a truck. They had to walk everywhere and carry all that heavy mail. You be knocking on the door. You got some water? I need some water.
This caused an intense diplomatic confrontation between JFK and Israeli Prime Minister David Ben-Gurion, with the proof of this recently being revealed in the exchange of letters between Kennedy and Prime Minister Ben-Gurion himself. But I mean, come on, people, this is Mike Gallagher, okay, a Republican representative. The person who sponsored the original TikTok ban bill that didn't get passed through the Senate. The same exact one that was forced to be included in the foreign aid package bill for Ukraine and Israel themselves. With that right there being his top contributor. You tell me that's not ironic. And then after you're done, tell me who's really in control.
We know who's in control. Them fuckers over there with the blue star.
Of course, he was a controversial pick. I will say this: wherever Hulk is at,
shut up.
Down, he is running.
They mad at Hulk Hogan because he didn't like his daughter dating a black guy. That's a preference. That's usually race mixing. You don't need that bullshit. New York Police Department don't have their act together. They're a bunch of thugs running around with badges and guns. Let's run back to the way we just come, because that's how smart we are. Look at what color they are, too. Bunch of dumbasses.
This guy, he comes out of here with the he's from Palestine. He keeps saying free Palestine. He got his face covered up in the Palestine stuff. He walking out. The police don't pay him no mind. I said, it's him. And then they end up getting him. They got him, and they put him to the ground, and they got him.
They said it was a single shooter. They said he was white. He wasn't white. But I watched the thing on it earlier. They said it was somebody that was he went in that building because the NFL hadn't did anything or didn't do enough against the players getting concussions and stuff. And he said he was affected from high school is what the news story is. We don't know. He wasn't white.
Oh, is she finna run?
Boom. Except one who was injured, tried to run away from the police. Chapman's.
Hey, dumbass.
Uh-huh. I'd have to check with my service techs out there. Most of the time you gotta have a special tool to put transmission fluid in them if they're sealed. They do that so you gotta bring it to the dealer. Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that. You're welcome. Bye-bye.
Hold on, please, boy.
She's hopping on a bad foot. Hop up on your good foot there, whore. She would have been running if her foot wasn't hurt.
They finna get her.
They finna get fat girl. She can't run that fast. She got too much junk in the trunk. Wonder who's got the insurance on this accident. Shaniqua, that girl, that ain't her hair color. That girl's hair ain't that color for real. Stop appropriating my shit, bitch. She ain't got no bra on out there walking around with her titties all hanging out.
Yeah, they got her dumbass.
Yeah, they got her dumbass. Boom! Try to make a left turn. That's women driving for you. They take all of them's license.
Looking them up and the fact that we've done this magnet fishing before and we've seen them before.
Okay.
So we figured we'd give you guys a call and take a look. This is the one that had
These guys out here magnet
fishing.
fishing.
Right here.
Okay, but you took it out of the water and you put it in?
Yes.
Yeah, we took it out of the water. We caught it with the magnet.
Yeah, we found them.
Didn't go off.
Right, which is a good thing. We're actually with magnet fishing. If you pull something out like this, obviously with it drying out, it caused them to explode. So right away we put them in water. We came back over here. So we've only had about
So other than it being a similar shape, because I mean it's obviously very deteriorated.
Yeah.
How can you say for sure that this is?
You can't. That's why you're gonna have bomb squad in the hall, most likely.
Okay, but the bomb squad has a lot of things that they gotta do.
Yeah, the bomb squad is busy. You know, we get 7-8 bomb calls a day. Bomb squad's busy. Get out here with that shit, bitch. You ain't had no bomb scare in this county in the last 8 years. I don't want to hear that shit. Fucking another cop don't want to do their damn job. Back to blue, they said. Bullshit.
Just like the grenade that we pulled off.
Yeah, we found 20 mortars in Michigan. And
I understand, but y'all gonna make me have to do some damn work. And I was sitting over there eating donuts and talking about what's going on in the world and how much I'm a hero. Get out of here, bitch. B. Dolan.
They come out and they took them all and detonated them with C4. Even though they were unactive, they still have to dispose of them the right way.
Okay.
It's not like we can just throw this in the garbage can.
I understand that, but
I understand that, but y'all gonna make me have to do some work.
resources away from this.
Taking resources away. What else are you doing? Nothing. I seen that shit going down the other night when they was whooping them white folks' ass, and I didn't see a cop out there one.
You have fun with that every single time you guys do this.
I understand that.
She's mad. You know why she's mad? Because she ain't got no loving in her life. That's why. Most women has got steady living in their life. They're calm, cool, and collected. Every once in a while they'll go crazy. What time is that, Jamie? Once a month.
It's all fire the same accuracy. It's all fire the same accuracy. Like it's fire all the same
temperature. Can fire be 90 degrees and can fire be 230 degrees?
Exactly.
Okay, I get what you're saying. So can it be a hotter fire? Can it be a fire?
Can it be a
hotter fire?
Boiling water fire that's the same degrees as fire.
Wait, because when you get a grease
what
fire,
the hell are y'all even talking about? They're morons. Trump's out there playing golf. There we go. Yeah. He walked that right in there with his wiggle. He had a little wiggle on it. I ain't never played golf. Robbie and the golf is for pussies. Robbie and Frank, they love to do that shit. Play golf. We know who plays golf. They couldn't last in a Call of Duty game. Grant Corden says Donald Trump has Midas touch. Corden is a conservative Scientologist with straying tendencies towards his daughter. He's a disciple of L. Ron Hubbard, student of Aleister Crowley. Let's see what this guy looks like. Yeah, I don't like that guy. Yeah, I don't like that guy. They're all weird, man.
To meet you, and who are you?
The new Elvis of country musical sounds like something I'd do. Let's hear what he sounds like.
From Fort Worth, Texas.
Fort Worth, Texas. Woo!
Nashville now. I've been recording my own songs.
He's got them tight-fitting jeans on is what he's got on. Big belt buckle. That thing will make you get starry-eyed, girls. Where you concentrate? My eyes is up here, lady. Don't be looking at my brass belt buckle. It's all shiny. That's all I do is sit around the house and shine up my belt buckle. And eat Cheetos.
And been out in my van. We've been on the road.
We've been on the road living in my van. Got it set up. I got a bed in the back.
Stories and telling lies. And yep.
Yeah, telling lies to the young girls out there. Yeah, I'm a rock star.
Chris, how many roughly new artists get signed in Nashville per year, do you think? It's not very many. It's
17, 18.
Is it? So you think this is the platform to showcase your talent best? Absolutely. I mean, back in the day, Elvis had the Ed Sullivan Show, right? And yep. The Beatles.
Elvis was on the Ed Sullivan. I remember that all them girls out there was going crazy when Elvis was out there, and they filmed him from the waist up because he was shaking his waist real hard. They didn't understand that he had the worms. Is the reason he was wiggling like that. When they started streaming the guitar, it was the frequency. It would make them worms in Elvis's belly act up. And he get it wiggling like that.
It too, and I see this kind of on the same scale of that.
Stabbing cabin.
Way bigger. Wow.
Where's Frank at? Frank needs to get his ass over here and do a sub. And I ain't talking about no damn sub sandwich, unless you want to get one.
You have a lot of people behind us to tell if you're any good or not.
Cassie's supposed to have been bringing me tacos for a month. I ain't seen the first taco yet. Uh-oh, we got the whole band coming out here. He's finna get down.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up? How you doing?
Pretty good, pretty good. Are you Jamie?
That's me.
Oh, hey, how you doing? Did I meet you over there at the graveyard when we were working with Tom?
No.
Right? No, we didn't. Anyways, I didn't know if he was doing any more inert landfills.
Not doing nothing right now.
I got a property lease, so I will get with him and get with the owner, see if we can talk to him about doing it.
Where's it at?
It's off of 278, just about 4 miles inside the north of I-20.
Uh-huh.
It's got about
How far is it from here?
From here, you drive down Bankhead all the way to where Bankhead fucking hits 278.
I don't know where 278 is.
Thornton Road.
All right.
And hang a right.
You got the owner's name?
I have to get that. I have to go by the shop and get his full name. I only got to start grade. Yeah, the first grade. Talked to him several times about it.
What's your phone number?
Oh shoot, my phone number. I just lost my phone.
Well, that don't do no good.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't at all. Let me get you. My
Who you up here with?
Huh?
Who you up here
I'm
with?
up here by myself. I mean, I used to work for Tom. Tom Dennis O'Neill. I worked with them over there at both the graveyards.
I didn't ever see you at the graveyard.
Yeah, right before Jody came over there and started cutting trees. I was cutting trees with Jody down there.
All right.
I guess it's him and there was another guy. I thought it was his brother. Maybe it's his cousin.
Buck?
Buck, yeah, that's him. Buck and Jody. And I cut some bunch of trees down for him and drove them out of the damn woods so we got to process them up here. But,
yeah.
I never saw you down there.
I was over there every day.
I thought I did, but I guess maybe I was mistaken. I talked to somebody else. Unless you put on some weight.
Buck you was talking to over there cutting trees. But yeah, give me a phone number.
Yeah. All right. Give me just a second.
Ready, boys?
Here we go, fellas. We got a 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Staying too long at the honky tonk, spending too much just to tie one on. Little less right.
Oh, look at that gay guy right there is liking that. That's a gay guy. How you tell, Jamie? Way his hair is. And them gay ass glasses he got on.
A lot more wrong. Sounds like something I do. Calling in sick.
He don't sound like no damn Elvis Presley.
Political donations from the State Department. We looked at them for USAID. And what did we find? For State Department, it was like 94% went to the left. At USAID, it was like 98% that went to the left. National Endowment for Democracy, like 95% to the left. And then we started looking at all of the partners, the international NGOs, the contractors. They started looking at all of them, where the billions and billions are going. And 95, 98%. Even World Vision Catholic Relief Services, the vast majority, well over 90% of the political donations were going to the left. You look at the boards, they're all prominent people making very high salaries. So when you think about what's happened, the left, which was misusing USAID, and they're doing this across the federal government, misusing taxpayer money as a slush fund to finance their own people. And these are folks that can go out there, do the media, but
Don't know the phone number. I might call you.
678 410 2039. Whose phone is that?
That's my buddy's. It's in the truck with me.
I thought you said you're here by yourself.
I mean, I came here with myself. I mean, I've only been looking at this job by myself, but I just drove him to the scrapyard right quick, like drop off the car.
What's your name?
Brandon. And I'll tell you a little bit about the property. It's got about 75 feet difference in elevation over probably 300 feet horizontal.
Mm-hmm.
3 acres against 278 and the side road, and then an additional 4 acres that come in contact with that property behind it. So it's a lot of land. I'm thinking 75 to 100,000 worth of dirt. I mean, it's a lot.
You need to get the owner's name so I can call him.
Yeah, I do have to. I'll stop by the Josh Anderson. He owns and talk to him tonight.
Yeah.
And see if
you got my number? Call me.
Yes. Actually, yes, I do. All right, yeah. Appreciate it. Yeah, I'll give you a call later on this afternoon.
All right.
All right, thanks, sir.
Thank you.
On what you're trying to do. Are you trying to say that as of January 20th, that President Trump will be president?
Well, Brett, that depends on what happens on Wednesday. I mean, this is why we have the debate.
No, it doesn't. I mean, the states, by the Constitution, say they certify the election. They did certify it. By the Constitution, Congress doesn't have the right to overturn the certification, at least as most experts read it.
What?
Well, Congress is directed under the 12th Amendment to count the electoral votes. There's a statute that dates back to the 1800s, 19th century, that says that there is a right to object, there's a right to be heard, and there's also a certification
Right, that's
process.
from
We are
1876, Senator, and it's
Right.
the Tilden-Hayes race, in which there were 3 states that did not certify their electors. So Congress was left to come up with this system, this commission, that eventually got to a negotiated grand bargain. But now all of the states have certified their elections as of December 14th, so it doesn't, by constitutional ways, open a door to Congress to overturn that, does it?
Well, no, I'm talking about the statute, Brett. There's a statute that says, that governs what Congress does on January the 6th, and it says that we have a vote of certification and that we have the opportunity to debate the results, to certify the results. We count them and then we certify. And my point is, this is my only opportunity during this process to raise an objection and to be heard. I don't have standing to file lawsuits.
Says Epstein did kill himself. Did it kill himself? Okay. General Flynn drops a bombshell. They're supposed to be coming out with some new.
Yeah,
Here it
so
is.
2 things, and there's still a lot of internal.
New information on the Durham thing, where the FBI already knew that shit was from Hillary Clinton before they opened up the thing. They all should be in prison.
Undermining within the CIA, that has to end. The exposure, though, that I think we're about to see is additional exposure of the current evidence that we are seeing with the undermining in the 2016-2017 timeframe. And I think the big one that's going to come out, and I think it's going to be even worse, is 2020. So 2020 was the coup, as I've said very bluntly. You know, the plan initially was Obama, Hillary, but that got stopped by Trump, right, and the American people. And so then they had to figure out how to do it again. And the real coup was 2020. And I think that, you know, I wouldn't expect something in the next 24 hours, because I think that there's some machinations going on inside of the government right now. And I think a lot of what we're going to learn in leading up to 2020 is the coup. And remember, President Trump was the president at that time, right?
He's got a phone book. He got through his service. You through with yours?
Intel and defense advisors that signed the
You doing 4 batteries on it?
I mean, that's public now. There's a lot
sure
of
bring
other
cords back.
things that are not public that led up
Call
to
me when you leave. You need to hurry your ass
that
up
led
and go
to
get this
the
radiator in.
coup and the rigged election where
Well, we got to get it.
Uncle
We got to
Joe
get it hooked
became
up. I helped him put it
the
in.
United States, and God, look at what we're learning about
What?
the auto pen, right? So more to come.
Jody,
That's
she
where
could
I
have went
think,
up there today.
You know, if you want to put a finger on what's next, it's that.
Wow. So that would be, I mean, President Trump wasn't necessarily in power. He was the president-elect. But you're talking about the 2020 election, where it's sedition against the actual elected president.
I don't know if we're going to get out here in time to go by there.
Exactly. I mean,
I don't know if we're going to get out here in time to go by
really
there.
is. I mean, to me, that's
what?
You know, everything that happened to me and to Trump and to the country.
Well, then if he needs it that bad, she ought to stay up there. She ain't fucking doing nothing.
Then decided once they couldn't get him to say,
well, Jody, she could have waited to do all that shit
or whatever, or just to say, screw it, you
your
guys.
girlfriend said, man. Yeah. Later, Jody.
When they couldn't do that, they had to figure out another way to do it. And the 2020 election is going to be, I think, the real revelation that we, as the world, and then certainly the American people, are going to see. And to me, that is going to then allow President Trump to make some decisions about how our elections will be conducted. That's the real story here.
Fascinating. So they're going to use this then as a predicate. He's already signed the executive order to secure the elections. They're going to use this as an example of how subterfuge can happen from inside the system to rig elections against presidents.
Absolutely, and that's not just here in the United States of America. That's worldwide.
Tulsi Gabbard, your DNI, has just released all this incredible declassified information about the Russia hoax, which you already always said was a hoax.
We knew anyway.
But now she's referred former President Barack Obama, CIA Director John Brennan, James Clapper, Jim Comey from the FBI, to the Department of Justice for criminal investigation for potential charges. Do you hope
And Obama.
And Obama.
Who was the ringleader, yeah.
Yes. And I mean, he should be thanking you because you got presidential immunity.
Yeah, he's probably covered by that. It's okay. That's all right. That's the way it's supposed to be, I guess. But no, what they've done is so bad for this country. And it really started right at the 2016 election. And there's a difference when you know it and when you know it and it's all written down for you. I mean, it's all there. It's right there. The orders, the memos, the whole thing is right there.
Were you surprised when you saw it all laid out?
I would have thought they maybe would have thrown it out. I don't know. You know, they handed it. They say, put this in highly classified. It was in highly classified, you know, in areas that normally you wouldn't get to, but I guess when you put it in there, it's a file, right? And they got to it, and it's unbelievable. When you read it, it's unbelievable. A real hoax, you know, it's a real hoax. If they would devote their time to winning elections, or if they devote their time to, like, greatness, making America great again, it would be because there's a certain genius to it, but it's also sick. I mean, they're sick. And you look at Hillary Clinton, you look at all of the terrible things with the Steele dossier, and you know it better. Nobody's covered it better than you, to be honest with you. I mean, you're sitting here so innocently talking to me like, oh, it's wonderful. You know the story better than I do. But it's incredible. It's all there now. It's in writing. And Tulsi's done a great job. You know, there were some people that really wanted Tulsi. They thought she was going to do a fantastic job. And when you look, a lot of people would not have found it. They wouldn't have found it to be politically correct to find it, okay? It would be easier not to.
And she's tough.
And she's tough, and she's smart. And she did. She went deep into the files, and she found it. And what it says is just terrible. And look, this was an attempted coup. It was a failed coup. I mean, I get to be, here we are, I mean, talking as president of the United States, so you almost say, how did it happen?
Yeah.
There are people that say it's a miracle in a way that I was able to go through all these agencies, and this is before I was president, and they did the Steele dossier, which was a total
What
scam.
a joke.
No,
Didn't your wife say she knew it was a hoax from the beginning?
Well, she did. She said, that's not you.
Because it was so dirty.
You know, well, there were a couple of things in there, and she said, well, on that one, I tell you what, it's not you. And it wasn't me. No, it was all made up stuff.
Yeah.
It was all made up.
Do you feel angry now?
Yeah, I do a little bit.
Yeah.
So, you know, we had Hillary Clinton down to whatever we wanted to do with her, and I felt it was inappropriate. She's the wife of a president. She was a Secretary of State. And we could have done a very big number.
Yeah.
And I said, we don't want to be doing that. Let's, you know, put it into the country and not... the concept of putting her in jail, indicting her, all the things that you have to do, you know, it's tough stuff. And I said, we don't want to do that. In fact, you remember I made speeches when I mentioned her name, they started to lock her up. Yeah. And I said, no, this is after we won. We just won. And I said,
you wanted the country
we have to
heal.
get back to, we want to heal. And yet they did it to me.
Yeah.
So I feel differently. I mean, I'm a human being. I have my feelings too. And so I feel differently about it.
Georgia Powell. Hello again, hello.
That's because of the Biden presidency, because they lied about Joe Biden's...
If I can't trust you not to put a boy in my daughter's locker room, why would I talk to you about taxation policy or inflation or tariffs or anything else?
Condition, because they lied to the country about the inflationary impacts of his policies, have dug themselves the deepest hole they've ever been in the history of their party. That's number one. Number two, cultural radicalism. I mean, when the hills you're willing to die on are boys and girls sports, paying for transgender surgeries of inmates, which Kamala Harris had in the last election. When you're willing to die on these hills, when you're willing to go and say Maryland man unfairly deported back to his home country, I mean, when you're willing to die on all these 80-20 hills, eventually your approval rating will wind up, I'm no mathematician, but around 20.
Yeah, exactly.
They're getting there. And so this hole they've dug themselves in Like, if I can't trust you not to put a boy in my daughter's locker room, why would I talk to you about taxation policy? Or inflation? Or tariffs? Or anything else? You're trying to put a boy in my girl's locker room.
That's right.
Why?
Those are fucking retarded.
A lot of leftists will criticize the conduct of the Israeli government, and they'll say it's a racist government. They'll say it's a settler colonialist government. It's capitalist. That's why they're evil. I would contend it is on some level because they are not Christian. Because Netanyahu gave a speech last year, and he said that the Palestinians are Amalek. Amalek is a biblical term. It refers to a story in the Old Testament where the Israelites wipe out an entire race. They're called the Amalekites. And Yahweh tells them, kill all the women, all the children, murder all of them, genocide them, so their bloodline stops. That's the language Netanyahu uses, which is literally...
Those are his own words.
He said they're Amalek, yes. And that's a reference to that Bible story. And if you read anything about the Israeli government, anything even about Talmudic Judaism, what they say is, we don't love our enemies. They say that the non-Jews, we don't even consider them
Chapman.
human. They don't have souls. They don't have moral culpability. They say, and we have very little regard for their...
You're pretty good, Daniel. What color panties you got on? Hello? Daniel didn't want to tell me.
Lives.
I was thinking blue.
Is the Talmud, though, is that their governing sort of book, or is it the Torah?
That is their governance. So the Torah is the Hebrew Bible. And technically the Talmud is part of the Torah. Torah means teaching. So you have the written Torah, which is the Hebrew Bible. Then you have what is called the oral Torah, which is a tradition that was passed down orally. Now, the basis of Judaism is the 613 commandments in the Bible. So there's the 10 commandments that are famous, but there are other commandments about clothing, about diet, about all these other things. You know, when you think about Jewish people, they're very litigious about how they cut their hair, about if they can mix fabrics, about how they wash their hands, if they can mix meat and dairy. So they have 613 commandments. That is what you would call the written Torah. The oral Torah is how they interpret and apply those. 613 is not enough to govern every facet of life. So what the rabbis do is they have to interpret how they apply. That's what you call the Talmud. And the Talmud it's basically rabbis debating each other about how we interpret those commandments. And it's been refined and rewritten over thousands of years. But that is the basis of Jewish law. It's those written commandments and the oral application of them. That constitutes the whole of Jewish law. So it is the Torah also.
Because I feel like as I've talked to Jewish people about the Talmud, and they sort of dismiss it as if it's not the main governance of like their religion.
It is, though. Any Jewish student who goes to a yeshiva or a Jewish school, that's like Ben Shapiro, he studies the Talmud. The Talmudic Judaism, that is the Judaism of today. Without it, you can't interpret Jewish law.
And so your conclusion, your assumption is that if they were Christian or if they were Catholic, it wouldn't be like that?
I wouldn't necessarily say that it wouldn't be like that, but in principle, you could oppose it. Because what a Christian says is love your enemy. Turn the other cheek. Pray for your enemy. Because we believe that everybody is a child of God. We believe, contrary to the Jews, Christianity is a universal religion, meaning that all someone has to do as a Catholic, we believe,
that was the right number for the half
Jesus Christ, get baptized, be confirmed into the church.
Down.
Anyone can be a Catholic.
The 3/8
Jews do not believe that. Jews believe that you can only be a Jew by the matrilineal line, and so Christians then say we forgive the enemy. You know, the golden commandment is treat your neighbor like yourself.
I'll put that one in the
your
system.
enemy.
So now we got both of them in the
So
system.
I think
You
that
just
if
gotta
you
let me
had
know
a
which one
Christian
to use, the
government
half inch or the
prosecuting
3/8.
this war, someone could credibly say this is contrary to our religion.
But you tighten up.
I'm squeaking. I'm so tight.
You ain't squeaking.
And all of social media an apology. A few days ago, I reposted an old video of me in the gym wearing a Hulk Hogan Halloween costume on the day that he passed.
Who gives a rat's ass? They're mad about Hulk Hogan because he don't want his daughter dating a black guy. And what's the problem there?
And I know what you're going through. I know what you're feeling. You're scared. I'm not scared. Yes, you are. You're terrified. Anybody goes through that the first time. I went through it. The sooner you can match what's in your head with what's going on in the real world, the better you're going to feel. And when all this is behind you,
you want to go home or you want to go to jail?
A whole other world that opens up for you. I walk a higher path, son. I can give you the keys to all the doors. It can't be like this. It is this way.
One more Norman friend to the fact that their entire world is nothing but propaganda. That's all it is propaganda.
There's a certain reputation, obviously. Just curious, were some of the workers that were taken from you, were some of them young women? Were some of them young women?
Well, I don't want to say, but everyone knows the people that were taken, and it was the concept of taking people that work for me is bad.
Alright, so this is the technique I want to give you. A very simple movement, very simple movement. You open up the center, you open up your psychic centers in your body, basically your chest, your throat, and your higher chakras. And you do this by basically doing this. You stand shoulder width apart, and you basically just go down. Like that. Okay? That's the movement I want you to do. You're basically moving down. Here's the catch. This is what I want you to do now. I want you to breathe in. And once you breathe in, I want you to hold it. So this is what I want you to do. You breathe in, hold it, and go down. Hold that same breath and go down. And keep holding it. Keep holding it. Keep holding it. Go as low as you can go. Keep holding it. Keep holding it. Keep holding it. Keep holding it. And as you keep holding it, basically, by staying in this position, you're basically commanding your body to open up all the centers that lead to your brain and so forth. And by you holding in that breath, you're basically pushing all of the channels of energy to your higher chakras. So that's why it's pivotal that you hold in your breath as you do this motion. And all you have to do is wait for your body to enter no mind. And it's that simple. Try it right now. You hold in your breath. Of course, I don't want to do it in this video because I might fall. It don't matter. Let me show you.
He's out there doing some yoga. Butthole yoga.
How you doing?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good, good. Driver.
Are you taking the trailer?
Yeah, they're taking the trailer, they drop the trailer.
Are you dropping the trailer?
And then tomorrow just to pick it up.
You're dropping the trailer though? We'll drop the trailer back here.
So you have
just now?
Give me a room back here.
You probably won't
Hold on,
believe me,
get one of my guys
but I
back
left
here.
my body, you know?
And now after 4 years, the side effects
Hold on
have...
just a second.
Yeah.
All I need to know is you're a Trump supporter, and that tells me everything, honey.
You know nothing about me.
That's all I need to know. You're evil. Now go.
How am I evil? No.
You're a pedophile. You weird, sick.
What's my name?
I don't need to know your name to know that you're part of a cult trying to overthrow the government. You're an inbred dump. Get the f out of my face with that, or I'm gonna grab it and throw it on the ground. If you get 1 inch closer.
You want to play? Yeah, I do.
Step up into my space. It's called Stand Your Ground Law. It was put in place so they could kill black people easier. Guess what? I can kill Nazis easier.
Who is a Nazi?
All of y'all.
We're here in DeLand, Florida at the biggest anti-Trump protest I have ever seen. Take a look. just joking with you guys. It's pretty pathetic. Let's see what we got. Sir, is everything okay? Was he getting handsy with you?
No, he was not getting handsy. They're trying to be peaceful.
Okay.
But I asked him about vice and virtue, and all he wants to do is talk about Trump, and he doesn't want to talk about the actual person he is, or the person that the Congress has become, which is greed and hate, jealousy, revenge, which is not America to me, not to me. Okay. So, but to them it is. They can't even define.
You're talking
the two
about
guys in the black hat and they got MAGA hats on. You'll see them.
Okay.
But they want the Epstein files released.
Okay.
So, thank you. I'm done.
What'd your sign say? When injustice becomes law, resistance becomes duty. Okay, so where do you see injustice in the law?
Where don't I see it now? With Trump and the unhinged Supreme Court, with the 34 felonies being thrown away, with things in New York being thrown away, with people getting released from jail through his ridiculous, pardons. I mean, there's too much.
Speaking of people getting released, did you hear about the illegal immigrant who captured and was keeping hostage a Chinese sex slave? And under the Biden administration, his deportation orders were canceled in 2020.
Who was? No, I'd have to know specifics.
Okay.
This is a gotcha moment for you in your career? No, I don't know.
No, I've been doing this for like 10 years, so that's not.
No, but I appreciate your gotcha question.
No, it wasn't a gotcha question. It was just you're talking about people being released from jail.
You can find many specific things that are wrong with immigrants, but you'll find a lot more. Find a lot more wrong with the administration and Congress.
What's worse? What are some things wrong with illegal immigrants?
Well, just the same things that are wrong with Americans. They have crime. They have spousal problems where they have problems with their spouses. They have, the same things that we have.
Yeah, like coming over and kidnapping Chinese sex slaves and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you got your question again. She's good. That's funny. Yeah. You're cute. What do you work for? What do you work for? Liberty? What? Liberty?
Don't touch my stuff.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just seeing what it said. Liberty Hangout?
This is Liberty Hangout. It's my YouTube channel. We have almost a million.
Wait, is that a Mother Mary on there?
Yeah, it's our Blessed Mother.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you love our Blessed Mother?
I have two parents that are ministers, and I think most people are fake Christians, and they have no idea what Christianity is. Helping a kid on the ground, picking him up, giving him water. No, they don't care. Trump doesn't do that. He'll walk right by. And you know what? His supporters will too. That's what vice and virtue. It always comes back to vice and virtue. Always comes back. And you know what? Do you know what the virtues are? Do you know what 7 virtues are? Do you know what
are they?
No, you tell me. Yeah. That's the problem.
I asked you.
And fear in the United States. Here, get
spitting on me.
Put this on our website.
Okay.
Get over here. Okay. This is ridiculous.
What are you? You're upset. You're spitting all over me. You chill out. Just chill, dude.
I like the fact that you tried the gotcha questions with the immigrant and the Chinese person. That's great. That's right.
She was a sex slave that was being held hostage, and he was supposed to be. Hold on, chill out 1 second.
Was it one of Epstein's sex slaves?
Oh, I guess we'll find out when they release the files, right? So what I'm talking about, yourself? I'm a Catholic, and that you went to her shirt, and you're like, is that our Mother Mary? Do you love our Blessed Mother?
I love people and I love nature. I don't follow a fake God that you do. I don't do that. No, I don't follow that.
What fake God do I follow?
Well, you said you're a Catholic.
Yeah.
They believe in that, hokey pokey smoke and everything's going to do stuff and all that. I personally don't believe in that. I believe in nature.
Can you elaborate more on that?
It's wonderful. I have butterfly garden in my house. I have wonderful things that I take care of. Okay. Do you take care of things in your life?
He's got a butterfly garden.
Yeah.
What do you take care of virtue-wise?
So how is it?
What do you take care of things?
My goodness. Chill out for a second, dude.
You don't answer anything.
Okay, you accuse me of following a false God. Can you explain more about that?
You are. Well, show me the proof.
You made a claim. You've got to back it up.
Well, I am. Show me the proof. That proof backs things up. I know you're a Trump supporter, so you know about facts.
The burden of proof is on you.
You need to show me God exists.
The people on here don't even know the first thing about. They don't even know the first thing about debating or proof.
All right, there, man. We lost the crowd. We're finna wrap it up. Appreciate y'all being over here. Thanks for stopping by. We will holler at y'all when we go holler at them, Jamie. Later.
Fixing up his big old ride. my truck, non-slave is here. Needs to make it home by night. Carols playing on the radio. Snowflakes fall within the light. Santa breathing heavy sighs. Knows he's got to make it right. Hell, Santa's working on the double. Grease and sweat mixed in his beard. Hopes to beat the midnight hour. Home with family so revered. Reindeer resting in the barn. Elves off duty for the day.
Proving their points.
She answered nothing.
You keep spitting on me, though. I'm just gonna
keep going with this. It's wonderful, and I appreciate you fake Christians because they'll come around eventually.
Catholicism is the first. That is Christianity, right? Catholicism is Christianity, and you were raised by two ministers. You were not raised by two ministers because women cannot be ministers, and she's not a real minister.
So now you're.
It's funny that the person who tells me that
someone can't be a minister.
Yeah, no, they can't. They can't be a pastor and they can't be priests. Women have no role in the church like that. So anyway, hi guys. Is the Trump supporter okay?
Don't talk to her. She's ridiculous.
Who is that? I love your hat. So I miss Obama. Do you think he's going to be arrested?
Oh no. They're Christian.
Did you hear about all of that happened with Tulsi Gabbard coming out and Kristi Noem? What did you take away from that, them accusing Obama of spearheading the Russia stuff?
Just diverting, causing chaos, thinking about something besides Epstein.
Okay.
And other things, his beautiful bill, all of that.
Would you be concerned if the documents they released did implicate Obama as creating this fake story to undermine Trump?
I don't believe that's going to happen at all.
Okay. What would you think if that was true? Like if that came out that this is factual, he said, yes, I did do it, would you be upset with him or would you say, well, it was worth it?
I just don't believe it's ever going to happen, so I don't even think of that.
Okay.
I don't have an opinion of that because it's not going to happen.
Okay. Did you believe the Russia stuff?
Of course.
Okay, so you believe that, but you don't believe anything that says that was a fabrication?
No, I do not.
Okay. So why did you trust the Obama administration coming up with the Russia stuff, but you don't trust the Trump administration saying, we have proof that may have been fake?
Every time he opens his mouth, he lies.
Okay.
And there's proof that he lied, it's just...
Was there any proof for the Russia Gate scandal?
They impeached him over that.
Right. So what's the proof? What's the proof that it was real?
Supporting. I feel like I'm being trumped here.
Well, that's a compliment. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you so much.
With you.
Well, it's just interesting. Your hat says you miss Obama. You might be able to visit him in jail here soon.
Goodbye.
Here, look.
Don't touch me, though. Don't touch me. You're gonna have a bad day if you keep touching me. You guys all care about women, right? You care about women, right? And you're out here touching women. No kings in America.
Move on. There should not be.
Do kings usually get elected?
We should use the Constitution and due process, and now Congress is laid down with the national Christian national.
Get out of the crosswalk. We can't stand in the crosswalk.
It's red.
Just for the record, this guy was touching me.
It's red anyway. He can't even cross the road, but stop supporting a pedophile.
Is at the age I think they like.
So
I'm just asking you to get out of the crosswalk.
there's plenty of room. Do you work, Justin? Listen, they must work for Julie Townsend because they're saying that we are impeding traffic, but there's plenty of room to go around. So, do kings usually